I don't know how to talk about this, to be honest. So, Justin Timberlake and Justin Trudeau are in the news at the same time. When I see this, I see it's like obvious what's happening. It goes into what I'm talking about also, and my interaction here on my channel. I got a comment 1 or 2 days ago, something like that, about, or maybe 2 days ago, um, about from a guy whom has a channel. He's called just a slice of pie. Oh, it's something is going on here. Anyhow, um, just a slice of pie. And now Justin is in the news for having lime. It's lime, you know. Oh, it's this. I don't know even. When you see what I'm presenting here, it's like, what happens to someone? What happens to you when you see this? You know, um, the cognitive. What happens to the ability to think? Like, what happens here to you? What happens to everyone that sees this that I'm presenting here? You know, I'm kind of making a really good case here. What's happening, even though it seems silly, it seems absurd, but in a way, what is the point of life? Or if it's not about making fruits, um, making your own fruits, eating fruits. I'm not, you know what I mean? Um, Having plants, gardening, but also um, having children, your own fruit, uh, eating fruit from the garden, and you know, in a way, the way that a fruit here is appearing is um, it goes in line with the main objective of life, you know, and so it initially seems silly to have a fruit and talk about the fruit like I'm doing. And the lemon, so this is, he commented about the lemon geometry. It's a geometry, uh, a real mathematical or a real defined thing. You know, this is a real geometry, like triangle, like square, like that. There is a geometry called lemon, and this lemon geometry is the Vesica Pisces, is in the Vesica Pisces. Okay, so when he mentions this, it's actually really important to, like, I'm not surprised that it is like this, because I see it everywhere. I see it verified. And at the same time, I just learned that the limon is both a lemon and a lime at the same time. You know, it's this thought here going around, and I got a bit confused that a limon in Spanish is both lime and lemon, and then I see the lemon being in the Vesica Pisces, and suddenly it all makes sense that, okay, having this hylomorphic union of opposites. And maybe you have seen this Vesica Pisces in religious circumstances, certain someone, certain someone in that intersection, and now you see a lemon there. You see a lemon in an intersection, and you see, and it's just so funny to see that. Okay, I have one, like there's one guy commenting here, and I'm not sure what happens when you comment here. So this guy, just a slice of pie, commented. He made a great comment. I responded to him, and then we see after that we see Justin Timberlake having Lime, and we see Justin Trudeau having a relationship with Katy Perry, and Katy Perry being in the news lately for her almost being in an accident with a butterfly, front page news, almost falling down. It went like that. It could have been a big accident there. We also had someone else. Who was that? Beyonce almost falling down with her car sometime earlier. Also, this interconnectivity between almost falling. Okay, Beyonce, Katy Perry, and Katy Perry being in the news for her Space Daisy, which I shown connects to Pope Francis. Okay, so to me, all of this makes sense. To me, all of this makes sense. It does. I just see everything connecting, guys, and I can argue why, and I can, and I know that like this, there are two things. There are two things that has to do with being, like existing. Two things, and those are um, sentience and conscient, being conscient, and conscient is to think, sentient is to feel and perceive. So what happens here when I show this? If you're able to follow what I'm showing, what happens? First of all, what I'm showing here is undermining the conscious, I believe, cognitive. It's like it's taking your cognitive function hostage almost. I'm showing something here, and it's so clear what's happening, and it really shows why Justin Timberlake is having Lyme. It really does, and it really undermines everything else. And the cognitive function doesn't feel good about that. And um, it's kind of um, and then what do we have left? We have the sentient left, the feeling, the perceiving, um, the sensing, right? Sentient, sensing, feeling. How does that feel? What's going on there? How do you feel about this? There's a silence here on my channel, of course, because also the cognitive function is I mean, I think everything is a defense mechanism, with a lot of people having a defense mechanism, and you know crossing your fingers that I will simply stop, maybe. Even though this is interesting what I'm showing, maybe some of you has to see what I'm showing, and still maybe you don't entirely like it. I get it, because it is like undermining other thoughts, like under other theories. I would imagine just fall apart here, because it's really connecting well to what Just a Slice of Pie said. He started talking about lemon, vesica Pisces. It's a great comment that introduces a new chapter in my book. I would rather just have I would have everything in calculus, mathematics, but now I can separate calculus and geometry. I have other geometries that are of interest also. The cardioid geometry, the heart geometry, and which connects to the limacon mathematical function. And so there's a lot to say about geometry already, but now like this is really enabling me to create a new chapter about geometry. So that's great. So there's a lot to say about geometries, and it has to do with geometries has to do with actually archetypes. Geometries are archetypes, and arc, it's all about the arc. Okay, so it's like this is undermining, like it's really what's happening. You know, I I know that, and I don't know. Okay, whatever, guys. I think I'll end this video now. So basically, giving a serious thought to what I'm doing here is super cognitive dissonance, because I mean, it really challenges other ideas. And like what I'm seeing here is so obvious, like the chain of events here is so obvious. Like Just a Slice of Pie did a great comment, a great point, very meaningful, um, very helpful, you know, very like this kind of thing here with this geometry is going to help people know, like knowing with secureness that this is indeed what the unity, it's a part of it, okay, or it's not only a part of it. So my theory of everything is so it's so repetitive, you know. It takes everything is about the same thing, everything, you know, it's all about the same thing, and that's how it's supposed to be. A smallest building block, substance, element is supposed to be the same everywhere, all perspectives. And you could imagine that it's really hard to find something that is the same everywhere. I look into linguistics, I look into everything, and still it all fits. It's all perfect. We have this is the Platonic perfection that will spread. It's like an idea that some people would, I mean, it really is hard. It's hard to listen to this, because it as I said, it just undermines other cognitive ideas, and it when it so in between arches of changing arches, like imagine a building having arches, and it falls, and there's a new arch coming up. The idea of the new arch, of the new uh, arch, um, oh, I don't know how to say this in a good way. But the mere idea of a better arch makes the old arch fall. It comes back to the falling of temples and the building of new. Okay, it's yeah, that's really what it's about. So Um, and yeah, it's initially it initially seems so silly, all of this, but it's not. It's really not, you know. And um, you can see that someone makes a great comment, it will, you know. I'm not surprised to see that Justin Trudeau is with Katy Perry and Justin Timberlake is having Lyme, you know. It's imagine a filter, you know. This is what's really happening. This is what I will see with my eyes, you know. It's still what I see here on the filter. It's still the a version of what came through, you know, from this connection. Okay, some of you guys will know what I'm talking about. Anyhow, I am perfectly aware that this challenges a cognitive thoughts, and in a way that I don't know, you know. It has to be much. It has to be heavy, all of this, for some people. Um, and the natural way out is to laugh about it, and uh, that's natural, you know. Maybe that's how it's supposed to be also. That, oh, it's a fruit. It's so funny. It's let's laugh about it. Or, but that's it's at the same time. Same time. Um, maybe I don't know. Okay. I'll just end the video.